This farm is only 12 miles away from this farm. They're both in Gadsden County, they both practice sustainable agriculture, and they both grow many of the same crops. And they both illustrate the diversity and membership of the Red Hills Small Farm Alliance. Full Earth Farm is in Quincy.
This used to be a Fuller's Earth mine. There's a bunch of big bowls and amphitheaters that are remnants of the mining days. So when we were thinking about farm names, we wanted something that sounded, you know, like a nice organic farm name, but we really liked to incorporate that past history. So we named it Full Earth Farm, took the off of Fuller, and voila.
Blue Ridge Farm is in Havana.
This is my working hobby now. I really enjoy this. I was introduced to hydroponics in the 60s when I was in high school. An elderly gentleman that actually grew for Pan American Airways, and I was always impressed going down to his greenhouse in January and seeing beautiful tomatoes and peppers and lettuces like we have here in January when nobody had anything. And I said, you know, this is it. This is the way to do it. That was the seed, and it took me 40 years to germinate.
Each farm has its own kind of work.
This is a huge sweet potato. It's a Beauregard, which is an old-fashioned good southern sweet potato variety.
A lot of what we do is still by hand. You know, we plant by hand most of the crops. We harvest pretty much everything by hand, a lot of greens. This scale is just a lot of hand work. You just got to try to work smarter and not harder. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with just your organization, your planning stuff at the right time, you know, going in and hoeing at the right time when the weeds are really small, having the right tools. It's a lot easier on your body and on the soil, really.
You got to have the right tool, as Dad always used to tell me. Without a right tool, it's a serious job. But if you got the right tool, you can do it easily.
Yeah, I'm going to be able to get one more in there, then
my wife seeds directly into those grow plugs, and then from that everything is brought forward as we harvest, and then the trays are washed, and then we put them right back into service again. You can make it with the nutrients available today very, very nutritious, especially using this product called Ocean Solution that gives the full mineral spectrum to the plants at the ionic level in which they can immediately uptake it through their roots. What I have here this is the chestnut orchard.
Blue Ridge grows crops outdoors as well.
You ever eaten a raw chestnut?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can break it open. It's usually when they're this dry, they're almost impossible to get into. But yeah, I was able to do it. And there you go, there's your chestnut inside.
In an age of industrial farming, small farms can seem old-fashioned.
People say, I'm farming like my grandparents were, and it's not really true. In a way, it's true. But there's so much more advances that are happening in organic, you know, the way we do things, and inputs and fertilizers, and just more research done on what plants need.
And your grandparents' farm likely didn't have an online market either. The Red Hills online market is a central feature of the Red Hills Small Farm Alliance. I
worked for Turkey Hill. I apprenticed with them for 10 months or so. And in that time, I got to know the community. But as I spent more time, I just started to see the needs of the community. We really needed some economic stability. We needed another reliable market that was convenient and different than the markets that already exist. We needed a market that could reach customers that are not going to come to a traditional farmer's market. So that's where the online market came from. We'd heard of the model. We found a software company, and it's really taken off.
Another outlet for these farms is local restaurants.
Yeah, that's about soft serve right there.
What's that? Ice cream?
This is the brown butter pecan ice cream.
Yeah. So where are those pecans from?
KBH Farms. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, this is Thomasville, Georgia. These are the best pecans I've had.
What we do strive for here at the Root Cellar is to source all organic ingredients: flour, sugar, butter, eggs. We want to make sure that we provide a clean and healthy food for our community. And within that, we share the wealth and responsibility of all of our surrounding small farms. Sop Choppy cane syrup from Mount Beezer Farms, Thomasville Sweetgrass Dairy Cheeses, my family's farm, which I'm lucky enough to be a part of, Turkey Hill Farm. So yeah, here at the Miccosukee Root Cellar, it's all about spreading the wealth and responsibilities.
Owen receives an order from Orchard Pond, a Red Hills farm. The Root Cellar currently buys directly from several local farms.
We're trying to develop a wholesale market for the restaurants that are in our community as well. We haven't grown to that space yet, but we have an incredible array of farmers that provide for the online market, and we see the potential for doing that. We just need more farmers, grow more food. There's a quote that is said, healthy soil, healthy plants, healthy people. I believe in that wholeheartedly.
Soil or not, these farms aim to grow and sell healthy food.
We want everybody to eat well, whoever you are.
For more information on the Red Hills online market, visit rhomarket.com. To learn more about the Red Hills Small Farm Alliance, visit redhillsfarmalliance.com. For WFSU, I'm Rob Diaz, the Villegas.